It's the age-old question, can you get titanium poisoning through sunscreen? This is a very speculative post, obviously, and it might not be actually titanium, it might be another chemical, because there's lots of chemicals in sunscreen. The reason I'm making it is because with the good weather recently, or sunny weather, I've been wearing sunscreen almost every day, and what I find is when I'm driving especially, I get really tired, and personally I think there's a connection with sunscreen. I've always had a feeling about sunscreen, and I'm not really sure, uh, like, can you absorb these things, and are they toxic if they get to certain levels? And then I thought about titanium and zinc, the masking ones, but according to Google Gemini, they're regarded as the only safe ones really by the US FDA or whatever, because they're masking and they may just lie on your skin. You don't absorb hardly any of it apparently. And I also thought about the connection with lead poisoning, as lead poisoning turned out to be mad as a hatter. But Google Gemini says that you absorb that quite easily. So first I asked Google Gemini, can sunscreen be toxic to humans absorbed via the skin? And it's looking like they're not sure, not Google Gemini, just humans, the health system. Concerns about the safety of sunscreen ingredients and their potential toxicity to humans through skin absorption have been a subject of ongoing research. Blah blah. While sunscreen is crucial for protecting against harmful UV radiation, questions have arisen regarding the systemic absorption of certain chemical filters. Because I don't think people realise, they think about poisoning, they think about taking something orally, in your food or a drink, but you actually absorb things through your skin, probably a lot. I think skin's our biggest organ actually, and then you also breathe stuff in. So because some are saying that maybe children that live near main roads are more regarded as being toxic for certain things. I don't know, but yeah. So that's the sort of way I'm coming from. Personally, I think sunscreen, they do underestimate the toxicity of it. Maybe it's just certain people, sensitive people, I don't know, but because it's probably to do with your phase 1 and phase 2 enzymes, that's your main detox enzymes really, that change chemicals from something into another, and usually they're changing a fat soluble chemical into a water soluble chemical so that you can remove it from your body, because fat soluble things build up in you. So yeah, phase 1, phase 2. One of them includes CYP3A4, which is why they put you shouldn't drink grapefruit juice on medication, basically, because that depresses it. And I'm not talking about an immune reaction here, I'm not talking about allergies or anything. I'm talking about just toxicity, which means really too much. You get too much of something in your body and it's causing a bad reaction. This, in my case, I'm talking about feeling sleepy when I'm driving. I mean, for me, it's actually to do, because I think it's when I wear it every day in a row, it sort of incrementally builds up. And there may be situations where maybe I'm wild camping or car camping, and I'll still have sunscreen on for the day before, and then I'm putting another load over. Maybe it's just blocking the skin pores, I don't know, maybe it's just they underestimate how much oxygen we get that way or something, and by doing this, you're blocking the skin pores. Anyway, whatever it is, I feel there's a connection with sunscreen, and I'll need to wait 10 or 20 years till they catch up, But yeah, they've been looking at this, because the two main types of sunscreen are the masking type, which is titanium dioxide and zinc oxide, and these are regarded by the US FDA as the safest of them all, because they say that just lies on top of your skin and you don't absorb it, really. That's what they say. But I'm wondering about that. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt though, But then you've got the other type, which is a sort of absorptive type, which you absorb a bit, I think, and then it absorbs the UVA rays and the UVB rays and turns them into heat, So it could be that, sort. Let's see what's said here by Google Gemini. Studies have shown that ingredients in chemical sunscreens can be absorbed through the skin and into the bloodstream. I'm not talking about titanium here though. Common ingredients such as oxybenzone, octinoxate, homosalate and avobenzone have been detected in blood, urine and even in breast milk after topical application. Yeah, because if you look at the back of a sunscreen, it's got loads of chemicals in it, absolutely loads. I mean, looking at this one, there's about 20 chemicals in there, most of them with names I can't even pronounce, I don't know what it's in. It's got titanium dioxide in there, and it's got the nano type, which I think is the new type they're using, which is finer than the old type. And I think that's made to not give you as much as a white film over your skin, you know, because the masking ones like titanium and zinc tend to give you a white mask, because that's basically what they're doing, really. So using nano, I think they're trying to remove that to a degree. But then I'm wondering, is that more absorptive, you know? But yeah, you can see there's about 20 here, and they're all really the same on the other ones. I think this is a hybrid one, which means it's both masking with titanium there and also absorbing. I don't know what, but something's probably absorbing there. This one from Aldi, which I like, sensitive phase. I think this is another masking one. It's titanium's in there. Again, look, I think it's got even more in it. It's got nano titanium dioxide. It's meant for the face. It's a lot finer, I find, than the other ones, and seems more absorptive to me, or not noticeable, but yeah, you're paying a lot more because it's a small package, so maybe the same size of that would be £10 for the other two, you know. And then this one from Malibu. I don't see titanium here, so maybe this is an absorbing one. Not as many, but probably is 15 or something, 15 chemicals. So yeah, there you go. Again, looking at Gemini, you know, just saying the FDA are actively reviewing. Well, I mean, they always are, you know. Are they ever going to come up with any good advice? And then they're saying the only two generally recognised as safe and effective is zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, which is ironic because I was thinking the opposite, you know. I was thinking maybe they're the worst. Like I say, my idea is that they're being absorbed, but maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it sort of puts a film over your skin and stops it breathing, you know, porous. Maybe there's some reason that's important for humans. For me anyway, sunscreen, say if I just wear it for a day, I think even a day I don't feel that good, but it won't really affect me. But I think it's, say, 2 days, 3 days, when it's incrementally being used, it's not getting a break, even though it will, because most days I wash it off, but it's just because there's so much getting taken in per day, you know. That's what my hypothesis is. But and so absorption versus toxicity. And the other thing that they point out as well is the benefits at the moment far outweigh any downsides, you know, which I would agree with. Maybe for me personally, I'll go down to SPF 30, try that, you know, because really I don't really lie in the sun or anything. For me, it's like if you're out on my bike or, you know, in the car when it sort of hits you in the side, that sort of thing. The presence of a substance in the bloodstream does not automatically equate to a health risk. Research, yeah, that's true, because if you absorb things, that's not a health risk, but if it's when it makes you feel bad in some way. So continuing with this, yeah, they're talking about can it cause endocrine disruption or other systemic effects. While some studies have raised concerns, particularly regarding oxybenzone, potential to mimic hormones, so the oxybenzone, a direct causal link to adverse health outcomes in humans at typical usage levels is still under investigation. Some health experts have advised a precautionary approach, suggesting that individuals concerned about potential long-term effects of chemical sunscreens opt for mineral-based ones, which would be the opposite of what I was thinking. But then, yeah, personally I still feel it's the mineral ones, but I don't know, zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, basically. Or adopt other sun protection measures like wearing, yeah, of course. But they say benefits still outweigh the risk, which personally I agree with at the moment, you know. I can't bear getting burnt or just thinking of the damage and the long-term damage, you know, for skin cancer or whatever. So they're saying we still don't really know, and they're saying zinc and titanium are the only ones regarded safe at the moment by the FDA in America. So concerns exist regarding the potential of some sunscreen ingredients when absorbed through the skin. So yeah, it's just going on about the same stuff. Key points regarding sunscreen absorption and potential toxicity. Several commonly used chemical sunscreen ingredients such as oxybenzone, octinoxate, homosalate, avobenzone and octocrylene have been found to be absorbed into the body through the skin. Studies have found them in blood, urine and breast milk. And so they think that the primary concern is it acts as endocrine disruptors, meaning they might interfere with the body's hormonal systems. hormonal disruptions, e.g. affecting estrogen, androgen and thyroid activity, allergic reaction and skin irritation. Well, that's a different thing. That's immune really to me. Developmental and reproductive issues. Well, not saying much there. Oxybenzone in particular has been a focus of concern due to its relatively higher absorption rates and detection in the body. So, yeah, I don't know what to do yet. The EU have looked at some ingredients like homosalate and oxybenzone, benzophenone 3, due to safety concerns including potential endocrine disrupting effects. Oxybenzone up to 6% in sunscreen products is not safe for the consumer, and a recommended maximum concentration of 2.2% in body products. But then what if you're quite sensitive, you've got a very low threshold for that through your phase 1 and phase 2 enzyme, whatever one it is that deals with that the most? What if you got a lower threshold for that? Yeah, it means you got a lower bucket, really, smaller bucket. And this might be where the problem is, really. And then they're saying mineral sunscreens are the best, zinc oxide. So we really don't know. Because they're just physical barriers, but I'm wondering the opposite, even really, And then maybe it's something to do with vitamin D, not getting vitamin D through the skin, because this blocks it, I would assume. And apparently for titanium now, they're doing them in nanoparticles. And that seems finer, I would imagine. And that's probably because it doesn't give you the white film over your skin as much. And again, they're saying benefits outweighs the risks. So I don't know what to do yet. I think I'll go back to the absorb type, the non-masking type C. I think that Malibu one is like that. The consensus among health professionals is the benefits of using sunscreen to protect against skin cancer and other skin sun damage currently outweighs the risks. And here I asked about lead. You're right to be mindful of lead. Titanium dioxide is quite different from lead because it says it's minimal to no skin penetration. Whether it's regular or nanoparticle, it does not significantly penetrate healthy intact skin. It remains in the outermost layer, the stratum corneum. Even when applied to damaged or sunburnt skin, penetration into deeper skin layers of the bloodstream is considered minimal to negligible. So they're saying, due to the lack of significant absorption through the skin, there are no documented cases or scientific evidence suggesting that the use of titanium dioxide in sunscreens leads to systemic titanium poisoning. The main concern about titanium dioxide is inhalation of its fine powder, industrial settings basically, from spray sunscreens, if not used correctly. Well, so a spray sunscreen, maybe spray sunscreens don't tend to have it, because it doesn't look as if it's on my Malibu spray. However, in cream or lotion-based sunscreens, this inhalation risk is not present. So we'll just need to wait and see. The reference to lead, as lead is a known toxin. This absorption can lead to lead poisoning, a serious condition with widespread health effects. The critical difference lies in the chemical properties. Certain forms of lead, organic lead, tetraethyl lead, can be absorbed through the skin and enter the bloodstream, leading to systemic toxicity. Lead accumulates in the body and can damage various organs and systems, including the nervous systems, kidneys, and hematopoietic system. Titanium, as mentioned, titanium dioxide used in sunscreens is formulated to sit on top of the skin to block physical UV rays. Its chemical nature and particle size in these formulations do not favour significant skin penetration. Therefore, the pathway for systemic toxicity seen with lead absorption through the skin is not a concern for titanium dioxide in sunscreen. So, and then he goes on about hypersensitivity, but I'm not interested in that because I don't think it's an immune thing for me. That would be people who have an immune reaction. So, yeah. And I'm just asked what are the main types of sunscreen. Fall into two main categories based on their active ingredients and how they protect the skin from ultraviolet radiation. Mineral sunscreens, e.g. titanium and zinc, and chemical sunscreens. Some products, known as hybrid sunscreens, combine both types of ingredients. Mineral sunscreens, zinc, titanium, mechanism of just a physical barrier on the skin, sit on top of the skin. although it says it's now understood that they also absorb some UV radiation and convert it into heat, similar to chemical sunscreens, but their primary role is physical blocking. Key characteristics: provide protection as soon as they are applied, broad spectrum, it's broad against UVA and UVB, and it's good for sensitive skin. So there you go. It's photostable, and it's potential white cast, that's the downside. Traditional formulations could leave a visible white or chalky layer on the skin, especially on darker skin tones. However, newer micronized and tinted versions are designed to minimise this, and it needs reapplication. So on to number 2, chemical sunscreens. Active ingredients. These use a variety of organic carbon-based chemical compounds that absorb UV radiation. Oxybenzone, avobenzone, octinoxate, ethyl hexyl meth. So there you go, these sort of names: octisalate, octocrylene, homosalate. Newer generations like tinosorb and tinosorb, uvinol. Mechanism of action: chemical sunscreens work by absorbing into the skin. The chemical filters then absorb UV radiation, convert it into heat through a chemical reaction, and release that heat from the skin. So these need absorption time of 15 to 30 minutes before sun exposure. They often have a lighter texture, and there's a variety of formulations: lotions, sprays, gels and sticks. They've got potential for irritation, absorption into the body. Some chemical filters have been shown to be absorbed into the bloodstream, e.g. potential hormone disruption, harmed coral reefs, and ingredients like oxybenzone and octinoxate. Photostability: some chemical filters can degrade over time. So now we're getting hybrid where they combine the both types. So that's mainly what I wanted to say about all this, really. Here's my current 3. I mean, I keep a few on the go just to try different ones. I just bought that because at £2 it was, I think, and I like the idea of a face cream. I thought it would be finer, which it is actually, but then you're getting less of it than the other two, you know, so really it's probably more expensive. It's just in a smaller packet, but I trust Aldi as well. The other one, that one on the right's Asda. This is Malibu. What I might try is go down to 30, SPF 30, first of all. Looking at the 2 lotions, they look pretty similar to me, and possibly even, no, almost exactly, but not quite. So these are the lotions. So these both contain titanium dioxide as a nano, from what I can see. So the spray I've got, that doesn't contain titanium. I think it would be in a spray. Maybe sprays are more likely to be the chemical type only. So that's it really. This Google Gemini seems to have shot my titanium idea to pieces. I'm still not sure, but it might even be some other chemical, you know. So yeah, I just get really tired, especially driving. Funnily enough, I don't know. I feel strange and thirsty and things. I feel there's a connection. There may be no connection at all. Maybe it's sunlight or something, you know. But just something to think about. Okay.